Hi, I'm Mike Zosky, and this is my presentation for Sustainable School, the Miquan School in East Falls, for a project for a sustainable design studio. In the last class, we did some research on the area and the site itself, and my main focus was on the experience of the site and the school, and how moving through the school and the site could lend itself to be an educational tool for not only sustainability but also just in general to keep the kids interested and to replicate the type of school that they already have outside of the city, where it's kind of free flowing and free thinking and a lot of places to roam around and look at different things in the environment. So in early designs, I came up with an idea of having these view corridors where in silver on the plan you see from like one end of the building to the other end, and it would be a sight view through the entire building and out windows looking into certain directions, like looking towards the bridge in East Falls or looking out towards green spaces that are outside of the building itself. But they also become corridors through the building, so the sites help you move through the building and get to different parts of it. And as you transition through these spaces, the rooms and the classrooms and the other functional spaces become offsets of the void spaces left in the building footprint by these view corridors. So in another design sketch, it's very simply like we see Kelly Drive and Ridge Avenue, and we see some of these view corridors in red looking out in different directions, and then we see other spaces that start overlapping, become the mechanical spaces, the admin, the gallery spaces, just the functional spaces of the first floor itself. Now, when we first tried to start doing some planning for the site, we started bubble diagramming how we would lay out classrooms and what spaces needed to be next to what spaces, and trying to figure out how certain things related to others and what was important to be where. And basically I thought, coming in from outside, I'd like to come into a main open courtyard type space and have some of the main functional spaces like the gallery and the admin and the gym and some other spaces right off of this main opening for the public. And then as you go through the building, it becomes more private, where you get into classrooms and specialty spaces like art, music, science. But all along, to get from one area to another, you follow these experienced transitional spaces, which go back to my view corridors, trying to give the kids different types of spaces, whether it be indoor, outdoor experiences, or just views themselves, to help them get from one place to another, but allowing them the ability to create a path or places where they like to go to get to their classrooms on a daily basis. Now, in the main footprint of the building that I have designed so far, you can see some of these view corridors where they go through the building and to create exterior sidewalks or canopy spaces. They create a central courtyard in the middle of the base floor of the plan, where you would come in from outside and head towards like the vertical circulation, an open area for meeting and gathering in the morning, and you work your way through the building to the back part where the kitchen and the gym and storage spaces are. So as this develops and we go up higher in the building, as you can see, the windows kind of vary on every floor, but that's because the view corridors change from floor to floor slightly. So one floor might have a lot of windows in one part of the building, where another floor might have windows on just the corners, but they all overlap and they all become part of each other and help to experience the space in different ways. And it also allows me to cut holes in the building on the outside, like on the northeast corner of the building. We see that there's an open space for a garden that's on top of the first floor roof above the admin area. And then above that on the second floor, there's another open garden, green roof type area that opens up so you can see down to the below space. Now on the opposite 3D view from Ridge Avenue, you can see more of these angles and protrusions through the building in different spaces, so you can start to understand where the holes get poked out of the building and where views are and how certain things interact with other things. And the last slide is just an elevation showing the main view from Ridge Avenue and then a section below it, where you can see windows on the interior side of the space and also the windows on the outside side of the space. You see the fire escape stair on the front of the building there, vertical glass wall, and then an existing building that's remaining that I'm leaving on the site, and some of the view spaces cutting through parts of the wall, opening it up to views to the outside.